about you being gone is I can watch the game all day long, and I can stretch my legs out in the bed, extra pillow underneath my head. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. I got a lot more room for my stuff, and I only have to wash one cup. I can stay up late and play my guitar, and the groceries go twice as far. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Your girlfriends ain't ringing the phone off the wall. I never have to hear from that mother-in-law. Ain't cut the grass since the middle of June. I smoke a big cigar up in my living room. Don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Clothes right on the floor. Let the trash pile up right by the door. Eat pizza and ice cream 3 times a day, 'cause I ain't worried about watching my weight. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Yeah, man, just think about all the good things about you being gone. Stretch out here at home. Hey, man, come on in. Don't mind the muddy shoes on the white carpet. She ain't here. You hungry? Hey, man, I got some food if you want to eat. I got a microwave oven with little pictures on the front of it. Just pick what you want to eat and push the button, and it will cook it for you. Yeah, man, you can smoke that cigar up here in the kitchen. Just use that vase over there. Need something to drink? We got beer, bourbon, whiskey, scotch, Diet Coke, Fanta. Yeah, man, I bet you've been on the road for a minute. Bathroom's right down the hall. Switches on the left, doors on the right. Just remember to leave the lid up. Leave it up. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Night Facebook Live. I'm your host, Brian Nova, and tonight we have a great show for you. We're going to have with us, joining us a little bit later, the Great Gary Nicholson will be joining us. But for right now, we're going to get started with some music. We want to welcome everybody out there who's joined us so far. And here's a song by the great Duke of Ellington. Cigarette holder, which wigs me over my shoulder. She digs me. She's cattin', my Sabaton doll. Baby, shall we go out skipping? Careful, amigo, I think you're flipping. Speaks Latin, my Sabaton doll. Well, she's nobody's fool, and I'm playing it as cool as can be. Well, I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't about no chick catching me. Switch your boo-boo-boo-boo need telephone numbers, well, you know I'm doing my rumba with Uno. This and that, my Sabaton doll. She digs me. She's catting my Sabaton doll. Baby, don't you know that we should go out skipping? Careful, amigo, I think you're flipping. Speaks Latin, my Sabaton doll. Well, she's nobody's fool, and I'm playing it as cool as can be. Well, I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't about no chick catching me. Switch your boo-boo-boo-boo need telephone numbers, well, you know I'm doing my rumba with Uno. This and that, my satin doll. She's been catting my satin doll. She speaks Latin, my satin doll. A little bit of Duke of Ellington. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hi to my brother David. Hey Dave, how you doing? And my niece Alexa. Hi Alexa. Good to see you guys out there tonight. Wednesday night. Of course, Annie Marge is out there. And my man James. Good to see you too, James. Hope you know well, doing well. And who else am I missing? John Connors. Is that you, John Connors? He's out there. Yes, it is. 3 claps from John. All right. Hey, listen, first and foremost, big shout out to everybody out there at the Churchill Room out in
east area of the Seattle area, Kirkland. And, of course, all our pals at Vertigo Club in Seattle. And then way down here in the desert, of course, we have the Mirage Cigar Lounge and Palm Desert Tobacco. All our favorite tobacco places. And, in fact, today's cigar is a Tatuaje Corojo, Cajoro, Kajomo, what is this thing called? Kojonu, Cojonu, Cojonu 2012. Anyway, that's the one, and we are going to smoke that one down to a nub, folks. I can tell you that. In fact, speaking of nubs, we have Terry Miller's sent us a wonderful gift last week, a fondue knife that we can also doubles as a nub smoker. So we'll be using that one tonight, Terry. Thank you very much. What else we got to do here tonight? Hey, Bob Sky and my man, one of the great percussionists and harmonica players. We got to get Bob Sky in the show very soon. Bob, get ready for a phone call. Coming at you. Also, right here, YouTube. Please, everybody subscribe. We're trying to move this platform over and doing YouTube as well, and we need your help. Share, tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Brian Nova Music channel on YouTube. Also over here is our PayPal channel. If you want to help donate to the show, it always helps. And we never expect it, but we always appreciate anything you guys can throw our way. And that's about it for the commercials right now. I see my buddy Daryl Lang. Hey, brother, how's it doing, brah? Daryl Lang, all the way from Seattle, Washington. Daryl and I went to high school together over at the one and only Seattle Preparatory High School. I usually don't say that in public, but I just did. All right. Well, what shall we do next? I think I'm going to do a Nat King Cole tune for you. One of my favorites. I know some of my pals up north dig this one. So it goes something like this. It is only a paper moon hanging over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. It is only a canvas sky that's sailing over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played on a pancake. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
world see. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me. It is only a canvas sky, I say, over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your one love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played on a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Paper Moon. Oh yeah, folks. Oh yeah. So let's see. Ron Rogers. Good to hear from you, Ronnie. Anyway, we want to welcome everyone here to our show tonight, where we have got one of the great musicians, singer-songwriters, Mr. Gary Nicholson, with us. And in fact, when one talks about Gary Nicholson, one would almost think about talking about our CD. In fact, maybe we can show our CD cover there, honey. The new. Oh, that's not it. There we go. In fact, the title song to our CD, "The Upside of Lonely," was written by our guest tonight, the great Gary Nicholson. Wrote that, along with several other songs on the record, including "A Better Word for Love," which is one of my favorite tunes. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Old man sunshine, look at you. Don't you tell me dreams come true. Don't try it, or I'll start a riot. Beatrice Fairfax, don't you dare ever tell me that she will care. I'm certain it's a final curtain. I never want to hear from any cheerful Pollyannas who tells you fate supplies a mate. It's all bananas. They're writing songs of love, but not for me. Lucky stars above, but baby, not for me. With love to lead the way, I found more clouds of gray than any Russian play would guarantee. I was a fool to fall and get that way. Hi-ho, alas, and also, baby, like a day. Although I can't dismiss the memory of a kiss, I guess she's not for me. above, but baby, not for me. With love to lead the way, I found more clouds of gray than any Russian play Cooper would guarantee. I was a fool to fall and get that way. How alas, and also, baby, like a day. Although I can't dismiss the memory of a kiss, I guess she's not. I guess she's not. I guess that she is not. You can't keep what you ain't got. I guess that she is not for me. A little bit of George and Ira Gershwin. Hey there, my man Larry Dunlap. Larry joins us he comes on after we do, 7 o'clock. Uncle Larry's Cave here on Facebook Live. We usually give you a big shout out each week, Larry. And we are just excited to have you. Hey, Dan, what model Benedetto is this? Well, maybe, I don't know if we can show our other camera here. Honey, the camera? There it is. This is the Brian Nova model of the Benedetto line, but it really, in essence, is a 16 Bravo Elite. That's the code name. But I'm sure give our pal Howard Paul over there in Savannah a holler, because I know he'd love to best guitar I've ever played. I can tell you, it does just about anything I could ask it to. It's great for the bossa nova stuff. All right. So listen, what we're going to do now is while we get ready to bring up Gary, I've got some great videos. The first one we're going to play here is Gary with his band doing a John Prine song. So, of course, Gary wrote some great songs with the great John Prine, and he is redoing it kind of in his swamp boogie. He has an alter ego called Whitey Johnson. And so you'll see a little bit of the Whitey Johnson vibe here, along with his band doing John Prine and Gary Nicholson's co-wrote We Are the Lonely. Check it out.
We are the lonely, folks. We are the lonely. Of course, we have Ellington the Wonder Dog here, who just was like, Dad, I got to get on the show. So I thought, what better way to bring Gary into the show than have the Duke of Ellington here. Listen, despite his 2 Grammys and a slew of writing credits, Gary Nicholson is one of the great songwriters of our generation. He is up. Okay, you want to go down? Fine, go down. He's on over 600 and some recorded songs, and his list of people that he has written for is a who's who. When it comes down to, he's written from everybody from. He just did a bunch of Vince Gill hits. In fact, I had no idea. Really, one of the few Vince Gill tunes I really like, was "One More Last Chance," and that's one of Gary's. He's also written for Don Williams, Charlie Pride, Patti Loveless, Montgomery Gentry, Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, Reba McIntire, the Mavericks, John Prine, as we're going to talk about, Delbert McClinton. He have co-written many songs together, and he just co-wrote a song with Ringo Starr, and then we're going to talk about as well. He's also written for George Strait, George Jones, Marty Stewart, Emmylou Harris, the Dixie Chicks, Etts James, Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac, B.B. King, Robert Plant. I mean, my God, the list goes on and on. I'll read a few more. Michael McDonald, George Thorogood, NRBQ. How about that? And he's even been writing something for Trey Anastasio over with Fish. And he's done various movies, lots of different movies. And we're going to talk about some of his new projects that he's got coming up. So please help me welcome out of our virtual green room into our virtual nightclub stage, the great Gary Nicholson. Gary, you there?
Yeah, man.
Dude, there you are.
Hey.
I'm going to swap you around on the screen there. Or we're going to swap, I guess we're going to swap me around. All right.
Yeah,
dude, how's things?
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. I'm glad you're here too. Hey, listen, man, I got 1,000 questions, and our fans out here have 1,000 questions as well. I'm going to start off with just, where'd you get your influences when you first started? I mean, how did you find out who were some of your influences?
Well, right off the bat, I'd just been playing for a very short period of time when Freddie King had a local hit in Dallas called Hideaway. And, before that I was trying to play like Ventures and that kind of stuff and playing some country music instrumentals, from the guy that was the guitar teacher that would teach you to play Red River Valley or an old Hank Williams song or something.
Yep,
and then
I had one of those.
It became Dwayne Eddy, then Dwayne Eddy had his instrumentals, and you would learn, 40 Miles Bad Road or whatever it was. It was simple enough that you could pick out the melody to those Dwayne Eddy songs, and the guitar teacher could teach you that much. And so it was from there that, Freddie King was our local hero in Dallas, and Hideaway was a big hit. So every kid up and down the street is learning how to play Hideaway. It was like part of it,
Part of the vernacular of the time, huh?
Yeah, if you lived in that area, then. And so the first time I went to see Freddie King, he played at a place called The Pit, which was a transformed bowling alley that they made into a venue. But I had no idea that he sang. I thought I was just going to go hear this guy play.
Tear up the guitar, yeah.
Yeah, that record was called Freddie King Goes Surfing, and it was really just a bunch of blues heads that he named after surfing terms. San Jose was one, and Hang 10 was another, and of course Hideaway was one. And so as Freddie King Goes Surfing, well, at this time, Freddie King had not been to California, and he found somebody in South Oak Cliff that had a surfboard, and they took a picture with Freddie with a surfboard. so that's how all that started. So
that's how his surf career began, huh?
That was my first. I didn't know about B.B. King until I knew about Freddie King, and it's like after Freddie King, you know, somebody said, "Well, you know about BB King, right?" I said, "Really?" And the guy, my first BB King record, and the guy that sold the BB King records would show you how to pull a B string up a whole step, you know, and then sell you a BB King record and send you home, you know. Here's what you're supposed to do, son.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, listen. Tell me about your relationship with the great John Prine. How did you meet John?
Oh man, I met John because he and Don Everly would play at this little club that's not far from where I'm at. I met him around there, and I just knew him a tiny bit, but it's a really funny story. My son was working at a movie theater, and I'd been playing John's record, The Missing Years, in the car, taking my son to basketball practice, you know, and I just had that, I just love that record so much. It was just in my CD player. So my son got a gig working at the movie theater, and he's handing John his popcorn, and he said, "Oh, you're John Prine, aren't you?" He says, "My dad's been listening to your record all the time in the car." And John says, "Oh, well, who's your dad?" He says, "Gary," and you know, and he says, "Oh, well, I know him a little bit." And my son says, "Well, you ought to write songs with my dad." And so John,
Now, how old was your son then?
oh, I guess he was maybe 14 or something.
Oh yeah, just a
But anyway, so John said, "Yeah, you know, that's a good idea. I'll give him a call tomorrow." So the next day, I get a call from John, you know, and we started writing. We wrote one song and sent it to Howie Epstein, who was producing his record, who did The Missing Years, and he was Tom Petty's bass player. And Howie said, "Hey, well, I like that. Do that again." So John kept coming over to the house, and we wrote 6 songs for that record. And then I got to go and generate the record kind of the way I generated all the work tapes. Just get a drum beat on my HR-16 Alesis drum machine and just, you know, play a guitar part and then play my stupid way of playing bass and stack up a little work tape demo, and then John would sing it, and so we generated the record the same way, and all the drums on those records are programmed. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But I love John so much, man. We had so much fun during those days, and I have to tell you this story. I was at a guitar show that we went to together, and I came across this Harmony Rocket, and you know, it's like a $350, $450 guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it, and I was just, you know, I just like the way those pickups with those gold, you know, the way those Harmony pickups are.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I started playing. I started writing the guy a check for it, and the guy said, "No, sorry, can't take a check." So I said, "Oh well, okay, whatever. I'll come back tomorrow." Well, I left, and I didn't go back the next day, but John did, and he saw the guitar still sitting there. Well, he bought it and held on to it till Christmas time, and came over to the house with a big red bow on it and gave it to me for Christmas.
Oh,
you know, and it
goodness.
was snowing, and so I have 4 sons, and they all remember the Christmas that John Prine showed up with a big
With the
red
Harmony
bow.
guitar.
Yeah, it's
What
great.
a beautiful story.
He
Well, listen-
was a sweetheart.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, he was just one of the greatest guys ever.
Well, I know how close you guys were, and we've got one of your tunes here that you'd written for John called Prine, and just by
That
listening
We
to
Are the
this,
Lonely thing. Oh, you mean
No.
when he passed? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I just wrote a little song about John. The tragic story about that is that John was in the hospital, and you know, we're all praying for him and everything, and I wrote this song about I can't get John Prine off my mind, you know, and then I had some of his titles built into the lyric and stuff. Well, I made a work tape of it, and I was gonna like put it on Facebook or something, and I went and took a walk, and I came back from my walk, and John had passed.
oh,
So now my song didn't make sense anymore about me pulling for him to get better and everything, and he was gone. And so, um, you know, over that 3 days of just all the sadness about him being gone, I rewrote the song and made a recording. And my son put all those images of John that are in the video to it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's such a gorgeous song. I want to play it for everybody here.
Oh, great.
It's a beautiful, beautiful version of Gary Nicholson's ode to the great John Prine called Prine. Give it a listen.
I can't get John Prine off my mind. The songs are in my head all the time. He can take me to the movies with just a couple of lines. Oh, I miss him tonight. I can't get Prine off my mind. I see him whistling and fishing in heaven with an illegal smile, floating down the green river to paradise. But he's right here with us for all time. I've been listening tonight, I can't get Prine off my mind. But this big old goofy world goes round and round. I wanna blow up my TV and throw the paper away. War goes on, I think of Sam Stone, and I swear I said hello in there to my old neighbor today. Oh, I can't get John Prine off my mind. The way he showed us ourselves with rhythm and rhyme. But he's not gone, we've made the songs a part of life. I've been listening tonight, I can't get Prine off my mind. No, he'll never be gone, we got the songs for all time. I just miss him tonight, I can't get John Prine off my mind.
Whew! What a beautiful tune.
Oh, thanks, man.
So listen, what's that?
What a beautiful guy he was.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you were over in North Texas State University, right? University of North Texas.
Yeah, I went there for a couple
man.
of years. I didn't really finish school. I was just starting to write songs, and I realized I wasn't going to be able to learn to write songs from music school. You know, it was great, and I was exposed to a lot of great stuff. The amazing players that were there when I was there, the guys that were in the lab bands at the time, just, you know, they all went on to do such incredible things. Dean Parks and Lou Marini and Tom Canny and Matt Vetton and Dave Hungate and all those guys, heroes.
Man, so you went out to L.A., you came back to Nashville, and then you ran into Don Williams. What was that like?
Well, that was probably 84. I got to Nashville in 1980 because the guy that had been in my band in California, he came to California in a band with Don Henley, and when their band split up, Jim Ed, the keyboard player, we'd all been in North Texas together. He joined my band. Well, he had success as a record producer, and he found a song of mine that he could use in the Urban Cowboy movie, and that was in 1980. So
yes.
by 83, I started writing for. Jim Ed went on to run Warner Brothers Records for 25 years, but in those days, by 83, I was signed at Tree Publishing, which is this legendary publisher that, you know, published Roger Miller and Willie Nelson and on and on and on. But, you know, I was just writing a lot of songs and co-wrote this song with Richard Lee, who wrote that song, Don't It Make Your Brown Eyes Blue?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that song by Crystal Gale?
Crystal Gale, yeah.
And, anyway, we just, we had it and pitched it to Don Williams, and he cut it, and that was, that's what got me out of the funkiest rent house in Nashville.
Do you miss that house?
No, we could spend the rest of the night talking about that house.
I bet so. I bet so.
but that was my first #1 record, and it was
wow.
You know, and that's the great thing about Nashville is they know, you know, they've seen it go down so many times that the bankers know they'll give you a loan based on chart position because they know the money's in the pipeline, and they know that you're going to be good for it, and so you can get a loan to buy a house, you know, by being on the charts, you know. Whereas if you're trying to do that, I was from Dallas, you know, they're not going to give you a loan for having a hillbilly song in Dallas.
No. It's even worse if you're a jazz musician in Seattle. I can assure you. And then from there too, you worked your next #1 was with Vince Gill, right?
Yeah. I met Vince Gill playing on a Guy Clark. I played on the road with Guy Clark when I first got to Nashville, and we made a record that Rodney Crowell produced, and Vince and I played the guitars on it, and I met Vince through that. And then when his career took off, we started writing songs together, and One More Last Chance was our #1 hit from that record. It's great.
That's a great tune.
It's really fun, a fun scenario. It's it really is. They had so much fun making that video because they got George Jones to ride a green tractor at the end of it.
I remember that. Yeah, can't get him to a concert, but you can get him on a tractor. Get him on a John Deere, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, it's your pal Delbert McClinton's birthday today, right?
It is. He's 80 years old. I can't.
I have a picture of these two here.
We drove by his house earlier. Oh wow, great! I'm glad you got that picture. that's at Donnie Fritz Memorial. He was our dear friend that passed on last year. Donnie played with Christopherson for 20 years, and he wrote a lot of great songs. Breakfast in Bed from Dusty in Memphis, the Dusty Springfield song, and he wrote We Had It All, that was recorded by everybody, including Ray Charles.
Right.
Yeah, it was, but Donnie was a real treasure, and Delbert and I were at that. That's where that picture came from.
I love it. Tell me about Soft Spot.
Soft Spot is a co-written song with a fellow named Alan Shamlin, who wrote that famous song of Bonnie Raitt's "I Can't Make You Love Me."
Oh yeah.
You know, he co-wrote that with Mike Reed, and Alan and I have written a number of songs together. We had a hit on a guy named Clay Walker, a country artist from Texas. But Alan's just a treasure of a songwriter, just a great guy, and we got hold of that idea, you know, and it kind of came about from me talking about my dad pulling over to help some people get their car going on the side of the road that he'd never seen. Just saw some people broke down, and he helped them out and got their car going, and that kind of gave us a first verse about got a soft spot for people on hard times. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to it. We got a great version. And Colin London's on this one with you, right?
Actually, on the record, if you have a video,
I've got a video. It's the two of you on a stage.
Yeah, that's just me and Colin playing. Yeah. The record was made with John Jorgensen and John played all the instruments on the record, on the recording. But what you've got is just me and Colin.
I got you and Colin live, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, check this out, folks. Another beautiful tune by the great Gary Nicholson called Soft Spot. Give it a listen.
I remember my daddy pulling off the road for people broke down that he didn't even know. He'd get them going again, wouldn't let them give him a dime. He had a soft spot for people on hard times. And Mama knew the neighbor kids down the street with holes in their clothes and nothing to eat. She said, I'm gonna feed them just like they're one of mine. She had a soft spot for people on hard times. Oh, 'cause I've been down and I've been out, know all about living hand to mouth. Could be me by the side of the road with that cardboard sign. I got a soft spot for people on hard times. Oh yeah. When the wind blows hard and the rain won't stop, and good working people lose all they got, we can't treat them like being broke is some kind of crime. Need to have a soft spot for people on hard times. Oh, 'cause I've been down and I've been out, know all about living hand to mouth. Could be me by the side of the road with that cardboard sign. I got a soft spot for people on hard times. It's good to have a soft spot for people on hard times.
Whew, beautiful tune, man. Beautiful tune.
Thanks.
Hey, my brother Dave wants to know, which song are you most proud of composing? Or songs are you most proud of composing? Do you have any of those? Any favorite children?
I do have. There's a song called "Choose Love" that song took me to Bethlehem. I was invited to come and play that for an organization called peacehasbegun.org, and I got to play that song in Bethlehem at this beautiful facility there on Christmas Eve. And it's like 5 years ago, and that's the song that got me there. The interesting thing is they had a band to back me up, and they were all Palestinians, but they all had Israeli girlfriends. So it was like amazing just to be there, and first time to ever go to the Holy Land, and see all that stuff. It's just I always wanted to do that, and that's the song that got me there. And also had an experience. I got to play the song for Henry Kissinger one time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he recited part of the lyric back to me after I played it to him. He recited the part back that says, "Power will rule you." And I went around the rest of the day trying to process the fact that Henry Kissinger had told me, "Power will rule you."
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's a whole different bag of groceries, isn't it, to carry around?
Yeah, right.
Hey, I got another good tune I want to lay on everybody here. I've got Flat Screen Party.
Oh wow, great.
Got any background on that one you can lay on?
This was like right when the pandemic hit. It's like I just for whatever reason, came up with, it's that first experience when we were all getting used to the fact that we're going to be isolated and that we couldn't. So it's all the guys in Delbert's band, but the way I started it, I wrote the song and put up a drum loop and sang a vocal and filmed myself singing Flat Screen Party in front of my jukebox and stuff. And then I sent it to the drummer, who sent it to the bass player, who sent it to the keyboard player, who sent it to the horn players, and all the horns were done by the horn players wearing earbuds and playing into the iPhone microphones, because they were isolated in a place that they didn't have access to any recording gear or microphones. So if the saxophone has a kazoo-like quality to it,
that's why.
That's great. But it adds to the party atmosphere.
It does. It does. I can't tell you how many horn players I've played with that sound like they're playing a kazoo. So check out the Flat Screen Party by my man,
All right,
Gary Nicholson. Check it out.
Party tonight. Stay home, baby. Flat screen party tonight. Stay on the phone. We'll be rocking till the morning light. Flat screen party. Ain't nobody leaving the house. Flat screen party. Nobody leaving the house. What it's all about. If you feel it like it, post a picture and see who likes it. Save it, share it, and move on out. Just a little fella, all connected with one another, keeping your distance, rocking out one by one. But a smile. Look at Lucy laughing, dancing. She ain't wearing nothing but a smile. When there ain't nobody watching, she can really show some style. Oh, then you got a groove on. Little ones are all out of school. Papa's in the basement mixing up some new home brew. Police in the parking lot, they ain't got a thing to do. And if you're feeling like it, take a selfie and show your smile to everybody and add one friend and another. Post good time to each other, keeping your distance, rocking out one by one. Woo! My very last dime. I ain't got no dough, so I might as well have a good time. Stay home, baby. Flat screen party tonight. Stay home, baby.
I love it. I love it. What a smoking band, man. Those guys are just, they're grooving.
Yeah, it's like everybody did their part remotely. And then I sent the track down to this friend of Kimmy Rhodes in Texas, and the guy he got all the footage together and just put together a video. I didn't have anything to do with it, just, wow, what a great job he did.
Hey, so what are some of the guys, are there some other writers that you've run into or listened to or knew that you never got a chance to do a co-writing, get to co-write with, that you'd like to have done? I mean, I know there's a lot of musicians I wish I could have had a chance to play with, but are there some that you wish you would have had a chance to write with?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of a distant possibility, but one of my very dear friends is Ben Montench, that played with the Heartbreakers always. He was a founding member of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and I always thought it would have been a fun thing to get to write a song with Tom, because I revere that music so much. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's like I've been writing these songs with Ringo, and it's like thinking, wow, man, I'm fewer degrees of separation. Maybe I could write a song with Paul McCartney or something. It's just some kind of wild fantasies, that you have.
Dude, McCartney would be lucky to write a song with you, the way I look at it.
Oh, no.
I heard his latest record.
Yeah.
So what's it like to record with Ringo?
It's such fun, man, because he makes all those records in his pool house. It's like we write the song, and then he gets in a room that's got a set of drums that looks like they could have been on Ed Sullivan's show, and then he's got another set of those drums that are sampled drums, Yamaha, and any sound you want in the world. He's got that, and he's got a keyboard, and he'll play real simple progressions, just on a keyboard, and then play drums to that. And his brother-in-law is Joe Walsh, so Joe will add some guitars and bass and stuff to some of the track. But he records all these things there, and so typically we'll have a song written, and I'll play guitar and sing a scratch vocal, and he's in the other room playing the drums, and then they build it up from there. That's the way he's been making all these records for the last, I guess I've been on the last 6 records that he's made. We've had some songs on.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song that you guys are doing with? What is the name of the song that you just did with?
It's called "Give More Love," and it was the title of his last record. And so we had this idea that we would have famous people sing along with Ringo on the chorus of the song, because it's called "Give More Love, Give More Love." It's what we know we need more of. We thought it'd be a good fundraiser for Music Cares, for all the musicians and crew and people who are out of work. And so that was really the incentive to put that video together. And then it turned out to be a part of Ringo's 80th birthday celebration. It was fun.
How freaking cool is that?
It's great to be around him. What a really great guy he is. Just cool and generous and sweet, and I know that he knows that the world loves him. He's getting a bunch of love broadcast to him at all times, and he just takes it in and spreads it out. That
is so cool.
Treasure. He's a treasure for sure.
I've got one more vid. It was the one that we got to do together. So, like I had said at the top of the show, folks, the title to my last CD, The Upside of Lonely, is a tune that Gary had written, and as well as a couple of other songs, including A Better Word for Love on our latest CD. And so we thought it'd be kind of fun to have the master himself sing along and play along with us while the trio backed him up. So here is Gary playing his his creation of The Upside Lonely with the indomitable Terry Miller on the bass and the inscrutable Andy Fragga Jr. on the drums. Give it a listen. Here we go, Gary. 3, 4.
The good thing about you being gone, I can watch the game all day long. I can stretch my legs out in the bed, extra pillow underneath my head. I don't know why nobody told me about the upside of lonely. I got a lot more room for my stuff, and I only have to wash one cup. I can stay up late and play my guitar, and the groceries go twice as far. I don't know why nobody told me about the upside of lonely. Girlfriends ain't ringing the phone off the wall. I never have to hear from that mother-in-law. I ain't cut the grass since the middle of June. I smoke a big cigar right up in my living room. Don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. I drop my dirty clothes right in the floor. I let the trash pile up by the door. I eat pizza and chocolate chip ice cream 3 or 4 times a day. 'Cause I ain't worried now about watching my weight. Don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Oh man, come on in the house. Yeah, come on in the house. Yeah, no. Yeah, man, you hungry? Yeah, I got a microwave. Whatever you want to eat, we just push a button and it cooks it for you. And no talking back. Yeah, man, I know you've been drinking all that beer. It's right down the hall. You just go down the hall, take a left, switches on the right. Just leave the seat up. Just leave the seat up. It's cool.
That was too much fun, man. That was too much fun.
A little howling laugh going.
Yeah. They'd be calling you Howlin' Laugh instead of Howlin' Wolf.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's so great, man. I love those guys. It's just so great to see all those guys playing. You know, it's been a while since we all got to see each other.
I know. It's been too long. It's been too long since we had a
such a
chance to
fan.
spend some time.
Such a fan of you guys, you know. Every chance I've ever had to hear you guys play together. Just so cool.
Gary, thank you.
Blows me
We're huge fans of yours. Man, I can't thank you for spending tonight with us. This has been just such a treat.
What fun, man. I can't believe it. I'm glad I finally got my technology on right enough to be able to join you guys. I was kind of puzzled there for a minute, but
That's
we
right.
made it happen.
We made it happen.
So
So I hope you'll consider coming back. I've got a million questions and
Oh, man,
and
anytime.
1,000 songs. I'd love to hear you play, hear you sing. So,
Well, you know, I'm not too busy.
all right, I'm gonna take you up on that now. Don't care for what you ask for. So
I'm just around the house. Just around the house, if you know what I mean.
I do indeed.
Not
I
a
do
lot
indeed.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Thanks
I
for
hear you.
having me, Brian. Really
Gary,
appreciate
thank
it.
you so much, man. Love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, bud.
Bye-bye. The great Gary Nicholson there, folks. What a treat, what a treat, what a treat. We're going to, I'm going to play one song real quick. Before we go, I saw my niece and my brother and a bunch of other Hawaiians hanging out over there. Daryl, Ing. And so I thought I'd play a little slack key for the end of the night. I want to wish all of you a wonderful week. I want to thank, of course, the wonderful Gary Nicholson for joining us. I'd like to also thank Andy Fraga and, of course, Terry Miller for joining us. Come here. And, of course, a big shout out to the wonderful Miss Sony for keeping the show going. And Ellington, the Wonder Dog, he says thank you for everything. Make sure you tune over and see Uncle Larry Dunlap's Cave at 7 o'clock. He goes live with his show. And what else do we have to talk about? I think that's about it, folks. I know these are kind of trying times, but we'll get through it. And remember, just to keep nice, be kind to each other. What is the matter with you? Okay, he wants out. I guess his contract's up. 6:45. It's over for him. Anyway, be kind to each other. Be nice. We'll get through this. And remember, if things start to get you down, things get a little rough. Just remember to try and keep it swinging. Take care.